Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Champion Car Wash Field in beautiful Roseburg, Oregon, where today the Roseburg High School baseball team will take on South Medford as we begin the final week of the regular season for Season 3 in high school sports in the state of Oregon. Good evening, everybody. Joey Keyran here with you. Excited for tonight's broadcast. The last time these two teams met down in Medford, it was a heck of a ball game, a 1-0 conclusion that was very much a pitcher's duel between the Panthers and the Indians. We look forward to more of that coming up for us here today as we get ready to go. This is your Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal. Give them a call at 673-7122. Coming up in just a few moments here on the pregame show, we'll get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson as we talk to him about Saturday's sweep against Ashland for Roseburg and today's matchup as well. So we got plenty to talk about with Coach Thompson coming up here for you. Want to remind you, today's game is streaming live with video online at 541radio.com. Thanks to sponsorship from Renco General Contractors. They specialize in industrial and commercial construction, so whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. We'll come back with our conversation with head coach Troy Thompson for the Roseburg Indians after this. It's the Roseburg Disposal pregame show coming at you on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Back here with more of our pregame show on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming online at 541radio.com. Here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, we get a chance to catch up with head coach Troy Thompson as Roseburg gets ready to take on South Medford here tonight from Champion Car Wash Field. And Coach, getting into the final week of the regular season, which is kind of a weird thing to think about there. But you guys are coming off of a nice doubleheader sweep against Ashland over the weekend. How'd you guys come out feeling out of that one there?
Well, it's always good to win, so we were excited about winning on Saturday. And we saw some very good pitching from Evan Corbin there in game one. Came out and threw a ton of strikes and put it on him. He threw, several pitches, 4 strikes, and did a great job commanding the zone and commanding the game. And we were able offensively to get him across one way or another, and came out of that one well. Game 2 saw some good innings from Austin Takahashi as well, and then great relief out of Logan Kloppenstein coming in to get the last 6 outs in timely manner. He threw very well. So, and once again, offensively, we were able to push a few across and get enough. So, yeah, leaving that doubleheader, we felt good about our guys on the mound and coming away with 2 wins.
Mentioning that it's the final week of the regular season for you, how much different has this year kind of felt? I know you've talked a lot about preparing and setting things up for the future and trying to get guys innings and get a chance to see guys. But normally in the final week of the regular season, you guys would be making a push for a conference title. You'd be trying to get seeding for the playoffs and kind of considering what could be in the future. How much different is kind of the atmosphere around the team and your guys' mentality going into this final week?
There is a difference, but at the same time, it's still baseball, and that's what we're concentrating on, trying to play the best version of that we can right now here in our last full week of the season here, starting this week. So the preparation and those things, we don't feel like we've changed that at all. Obviously, the end game of winning and setting yourself up for the playoffs and things like that is not the same this year, and that's okay because we've got to experience. Although it's been a modified season, a shortened season, the weeks have been the same. The Tuesday, Saturday doubleheader, and the schedule in that term and in those terms has not changed at all. So neither has our preparation or how we've approached it. And the end game, like I said, is different now with no state playoffs or things like that, but still with the league tournament coming up here next week for the culminating week. Obviously you want to play well and you want to set yourself up to do good things on your last weeks of the season. That's always been one of our goals, is to play our best baseball in May, and here we are, and hopefully we can continue that.
Do you guys try to, I don't know if necessarily build some faux intensity around this upcoming culminating week or put some sort of, pride behind the fact that you could be a Southern Oregon regional champion or whatever it is? Have you discussed that at all? Looked at that and tried to put any kind of weight behind that just to give it a little bit of that flair?
We haven't even mentioned it with the players, once, because this is a big week for us here with Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, all singles. So it goes quick this week. You have a day in between, and Thursday we're on the bus, and then Saturday we're back here. But we haven't mentioned next week or what that's going to look like. I'm not sure if any of our players, have got word or heard about any of that. I think they think there's going to be something, but what it's going to be, I'm not sure they know. We certainly haven't talked about it because we weren't 100% sure what it was going to look like up until the end of last week. So, no, the focus remains the same, and you've heard me say it for years. It's just the game in front of us, and hopefully we can, come out and pitch it well and get some offense and play solid defense and all those things we talk about all the time. That hadn't changed, no matter who we're playing or where we're at or on the road or at home. That has got to remain our focus. Not only this year but every year we've played has always tried to be our focus. So this time of year that kind of turns into, let's continue to work on ourselves, and the things that are in the future coming up will take care of themselves if we take care of ourselves here between now and then.
Speaking, focusing on the game in front of you today, the game in front of you is one that, could bring a little bit of almost playoff-like atmosphere with the last time you met against South Medford, a 1-0 game that didn't have a lot of offense, had a great pitching duel, and I'm sure South Medford would love to come here and try and get that one back against you guys today. Sure. What kind of things do you expect out of today's matchup?
Well, like you said, it's got a feel of a little bigger game, or a little bit, like you said, a little regular season, league games in a normal year. South Medford's always been a very good program and played very well and had success as well. So that game earlier in the year down at Harry and David seems like a long time ago, but I think it was about 4 weeks ago maybe. To the day, perhaps, and that was a good ball game from a pitching standpoint. Bennett Thompson threw for South and did a great job against us. We were fortunate enough to get that one run there in the first, and then Dominic Tatone did a fantastic job for us to hold them scoreless through the sixth, and then Garrett Zymek came in and got 3 outs there in the seventh. So a well-played, well-pitched, well-played game the first time we saw them. So I'm sure they remember that game as well. You just don't see very many 1-0 games at any level, certainly not at the high school level, it seems. And to come out on the winning end of that was a big deal for us at that time, and continues to be. But I don't, obviously expect or think that's going to happen today as far as the scoring and the pitching. But you never know. It certainly could. You never know what you're going to see when you come to the baseball field. So that was a fun ball game and a good one to get down there on the road. So I'm sure they remember that and would like to come up here and play well and take one back. So it's a great day, beautiful day here, and got a quality opponent in front of us, and hopefully we can come out and play well.
All right. Thank you for the time, Coach.
Thank you.
And that is head coach Troy Thompson there as we get ready to go for first pitch of today's ball game. We'll take a quick 2-minute break and wrap up our Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. We'll take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups and have your first pitch when we come back. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as Ari Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Current Orthodontics."
Welcome you back here to Champion Car Wash Field, where tonight the Roseburg Indians will take on the South Medford Panthers. Let's go ahead and take a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for South Medford. It'll be Bennett Thompson leading off, followed by Cameron Sewell. Tanner Douglas will bat third, followed by Carson Joe at first base, batting cleanup. Caleb Long, the third baseman, hitting fifth. Elijah Havey is at second base. He'll hit sixth. Tosh Stumpenhaus, the right fielder, batting seventh. Luke Mason is the DH, batting eighth. And Caleb Barney, your center fielder, will wrap up the starting 9 for the Panthers, hitting at the bottom of the lineup. That is your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups as we are underway here. An 1-1 count, for leadoff man Bennett Thompson. We'll start out there for South Medford against Dominic Tatone, the left-handed pitcher for Roseburg. Is 1-1 pitch in for a called strike 2. Top of the first, a 1-2 count here against Thompson. Catching in game one. Game one. We're only getting one here today. The 1-2 pitch, ground ball to short. Gillespie charging in. His run and throw is good to get Thompson for the first out in the top of the first. One away. 4 pitches into the ball game for Dominic Tatone. We'll take a look around the diamond defensively for Roseburg here in the top of the first. As we continue on, it'll be Cameron Sewell batting second, left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Ground ball up the middle on a short hop. Gillespie over to Corbin at first for another putout. 2 away, a bounding ball up the middle, and Cameron Sewell can't squeeze it through. Ranging to his left, Gillespie there to retire the batter. 2 down, and it's the 3-hitter Tanner Douglas that'll bat. Running through your starting lineups there, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates. Give them a call at 673-0363. Nobody on and 2 away here in the top of the first. 3-hitter is another lefty, Tanner Douglas, batting. He'll take for a 1-0 count to start off his at-bat. Looking around the diamond behind the plate, the battery mate for Dominic Tatone is Knox Hubbard, Evan Corbin at first, Sebastian Watson at second, Austin Takahashi at third, and Dawson Gillespie at short. As the ball fouled away for a 1-1 count for Douglas. In the outfield from left to right for Roseburg, you've got Carson Dunn, Logan Klopfenstein, and Garrett Zimet. That's your starting defense for Roseburg here in the top of the first. 2 away, nobody on. The 1-1 to Douglas. The lefty will pull it towards Watson at second base. Gets a nice routine ground ball. And it's a 1-2-3 frame for Dominic Tatone. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. We're through a half inning. A quick one there for Tatone and the Roseburg Indians. Bottom of the first coming up in a scoreless ball game on 541radio.com and on the Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Welcome you back here for the bottom of the first inning. Taking a look at your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineup for Roseburg as they'll come up to bat against the lefty Tanner Douglas. Leading things off will be Sebastian Watson, the second baseman. Logan Klopfenstein in center field will bat second, followed by the third baseman Austin Takahashi. In the cleanup spot, the shortstop Dawson Gillespie. Knox Hubbard, the catcher, batting fifth. In right field, batting sixth is Garrett Zimet. Evan Corbin at first base will bat seventh. Jordan White DHing here in today's ball game, batting for the starting pitcher Dominic Tatone, and Carson Dunn in left field to round out the starting nine for Roseburg and head coach Troy Thompson. Again, Cooper's Pest Control, you can give them a call. They're your locally owned bug assassins with great low rates, 673-0363. Bottom of the first, scoreless ball game so far. And it'll be another lefty on the mound. Tanner Douglas getting the start. Last time these two teams met, it was a pitcher's duel between Tatone and Bennett Thompson, who threw for South Medford. Thompson now behind the plate. That's the position that he has signed a letter of intent with the University of Oregon to continue playing. So he is headed to Eugene coming up next year to go play for Mark Wazakowski and the Ducks, and he's behind the plate here today. We'll look around the rest of the diamond defensively for South Medford as the first pitch is a swing and a foul ball away for Sebastian Watson. Watson comes into today's ball game hitting .278 out of the leadoff spot. He's been there for much of the season. The 0-1, Douglas firing in there. A bit behind it, in on the hands, fouled away for strike two for Watson. 0-2 count here early on to the leadoff man for Roseburg. Douglas will fire a breaking ball just a bit outside, and the count goes to 1-2. The 1-2. Swing and a miss on a breaking ball for strike three. They'll toss it around the horn, one away on the strikeout for Tanner Douglas. Up to bat for Roseburg will be center fielder Logan Klopfenstein. Klopfenstein this season hitting .342 for Roseburg. Fouls off the first pitch for strike one. Behind the plate, Bennett Thompson, the battery mate for Tanner Douglas. Do have some numbers on Douglas here. There's a swing and a miss for Klopfenstein. He goes chasing upstairs. Tanner Douglas, he has started 3 games He has got a 2-0 record at 2.06 ERA as he fires an 0-2. Kloffenstein softly hit towards short, racing up the middle. There to catch it, Cameron Sewell for the second out. 2 away, and Roseburg's 3-hitter. Austin Takahashi will dig in.
Austin Takahashi.
Takahashi, left-handed batter, right-handed thrower. At third base here in today's game. He fouls off the first pitch. A lot of first pitch swinging for Roseburg so far. They've been getting a piece of them, all of them going to the backstop. 2 down, an 0-1 count for Takahashi. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball. Douglas on the mound, mentioned the 2.06 ERA, 2-0 record. He's got 28 strikeouts, 12 walks. He's allowed just 7 hits in 14 innings of work as he misses low on his 0-2 offering. And he's got a 1-2 count against Takahashi. Thompson behind the plate. It's Carson Joe out at first. We'll look around here. The 1-2 pitch. Strike 3 called. We'll get it in the next half inning. Pair of strikeouts in the bottom of the first inning for Tanner Douglas. He matches Dominic Titone. 3 up, 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. We're through 1 inning of play. Going to the top of the second. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on The Score. 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Top of the second inning, Roseburg Baseball today brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, open and accepting new patients. Call them at 541-378-6694. Dominic Titone, a 1-2-3 top of the first. Here in the top of the second, he'll face Carson Joe to lead things off. The cleanup hitter takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. Dominic Titone, he got the win against South Medford when Roseburg played down there in a 1-0 victory for Roseburg. Peppers the outside corner. And that'll even things up. A 1-1 count. Carson Joe will take low. Dominic Titone coming into today's matchup, 16 1/3 innings. He had made 3 starts, so his 4th. 3-0 record, 2.14 ERA, 20 strikeouts, 12 walks. He had allowed 14 hits in that 16 1/3 innings worked. Misses low. The count will go to 3-1, and my mouse not wanting to work the way I'd like it to for those watching online. There we go. The 3-1 ground ball towards Takahashi, backing up, long throw to first, staying on the bag. Evan Corbin will make the play at first. Takahashi backpedaling a little bit at third base, making it a long throw. Joe not the speediest down the line, but still he had some get up and go. And
number 4, Caleb Long.
He couldn't quite beat out that throw, though. 1 away. And up to bat will be Caleb Long, the third baseman. First pitch missing for ball 1. Caleb Long, right-handed batter, will take high and away. Long comes into today's matchup. 281 batter. as he digs in against Tatone, who misses high, and the count goes 3-1. Waiting on deck for South Medford is Elijah Havey, the second baseman. Third man due up on a 3-0 pitch, taking all the way. Caleb Long will have a 3-1 count. Tatone's 3-1 offering, high and away for ball 4. First base runner of the ball game issued by a walk to Caleb Long. The third baseman will trot down to first. 1 on, 1 away, and Elijah Havey batting. Here in the second inning, after really attacking at the top third of the lineup for Tatone, he has danced around the strike zone here in the second, missing again on the first offering to Havey here. Falls behind 1-0. He has fallen behind every batter so far. The 1-0 pitch fouled off, headed out towards the parking lot, the concession stand area here at Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Throw over to first base, back in safely, will go Long. One count for Havey on a sunny day here in Roseburg. Tatone's 1-1 pitch, ground ball, right side, not going to be much of a chance for two, knocking it down, no throw by Watson. And on safely will go Havey, up to second base goes Long. Watson had a long run, playing for the double play.
Next batter, the right fielder, number 10.
Playing for that double play ball, and therefore pulling him up the middle. That ball going opposite side for Elijah Havey. Knocked down by Watson, but he couldn't field it cleanly and come up throwing, and so on safely goes Havey. They put it up as an error here at the ballpark, so I'll follow suit. Stumpin Haas will bat. The 1-0 pitch he'll take. The count goes 2-0. First and second for South Medford in a scoreless ball game, top of the second. Stumpin Haas, the right fielder, gets on one there, but fouls it away down the first base side for strike one. Luke Mason waiting on deck, the DH for South Medford. Two-one in the air, right side. That's going to carry into foul territory. And fighting the sun, unable to make the catch. Garrett Zyman out in right field. Overran it, but lost it in the sunshine, staring straight up into this late afternoon sky. Blue sky overhead, maybe a few hazy, wispy clouds out there. But plenty of sunshine, and that can make life difficult for right field. And you saw it come into play right there for Zyman, but it'll fall as strike two as a foul ball down the right field side. 2 balls, 2 strikes against Stumpin Haas. Tatone's 2-2 offering. Got him looking. Goes down with the strikeout. A big punch out needed there for Dominic Tatone, his first of the ball game. 2 down. And the designated hitter, Luke Mason, will bat. He hits for left fielder Kyle Cope. Mason stands in, swings and fouls off the first pitch. Ricochets off the helmet for Knox Hubbard there. Luke Mason. I believe this is just his second at-bat of the season. The 0-1 pitch. He'll take low and outside for a 1-1 count. No, excuse me, Luke Mason. There we go. He's played in 9 games, 22 at-bats. He's batting .227. There's also a Jake Mason, and I should know, never to doubt, statistician extraordinaire, B.G. Gould. And Luke Mason, not Jake Mason, will softly line out in foul territory to first baseman Evan Corbin, who just had to take a couple of steps across the foul line down first to make the catch and get Roseburg out of the top of the second. No runs, no hits. There was 1 Roseburg error. 2 men left on base for South Medford. They get a couple of runners on with less than 2 outs, but can't do anything with it. We go to the bottom of the second. Still a scoreless ball game here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Welcome you back for the bottom of the second inning. Today's game brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on the Score.
Bottom of the second inning, the first batter, number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
Dawson Gillespie will lead things off for Roseburg in the bottom of the second inning. The cleanup hitter will take strike 1 to lead off his at-bat. Ball in the inner half at the knees to start things off for Gillespie, who comes into today batting .393 on the year. He'll take high and inside. Evens up the count. 1 ball, 1 strike. Leading things off for Roseburg in a scoreless ball game so far. South Medford got a couple of base runners on a walk and an error in the top half of the second inning. Here in the bottom half, Roseburg trying to get somebody on for the first time as well. Tanner Douglas on the mound. Pepper in the strike zone. It's the bottom half for a 1-2 count against Roseburg's lead hitter. Dawson Gillespie has been taking a lot of walks this season. He leads the team with 18. Next closest is Sebastian Watson with 11. A pitch bounces in for Douglas, and he'll have a 2-2 count. We will get a look around the diamond defensively for South Medford here in the bottom of the second. I promise we will. Two-two pitch. Gillespie will pull foul down the third base side, and will do it again. Knox Hubbard waiting on deck. Garrett Zymet, the third batter, scheduled to hit here in the second. 2-2 pitch coming up for Tanner Douglas, the lefty. Right back at him up the middle. There's a base hit for Dawson Gillespie. First hit of the ball game for either side. Right back up the middle. Twisting out of the way was Tanner Douglas, trying to get his glove hand back to the left side of the mound for the pitcher, the right side of the mound for the batter. And he just couldn't twist himself quite enough to get the glove back in position to field. Leadoff man on for Roseburg. Nobody out. Batting will be Knox Hubbard. And he does what I would expect. Bunts. He puts it down first base side. A race to try and tag him. And unable to field the ball. Did they call him out at first? I think they called him out at first. No? And they will get a courtesy runner. So, yeah, he's on safely. The ball was left sitting on the turf, and I didn't know if the tag maybe knocked the ball out of the glove for Tanner Douglas. But he broke to third base side. The bunt went first base side. and he couldn't pick the ball up and apply the tag as Hubbard went racing by him in time. And so Roseburg will get on with a bunt there. Now a sack bunt laid down. Throw to first just in time to get Garrett Zyman, who lays down the sack bunt. This time Douglas able to field. But covering at first was Elijah Havey. And he took a second to get there, and that's why the hesitation out of Douglas before the throw. So a couple of singles getting runners on, and now Roseburg with a sack bunt have runners at second and third. And it'll bring up Evan Corbin. Corbin at first base today. Hits with one out. 2 runners in scoring position. A 0-1 count from Douglas. Breaking ball is in for strike 2. Courtesy runner on for the catcher. Out at second base is Garrett Schultz, I believe. Yep. And it's a 3-pitch strikeout at the plate for Evan Corbin to retire him. That is your second out. Much needed strikeout there for Bennett Thompson. Now he's got a chance to try and get out of this inning. Jordan White will bat. First pitch swinging. It's a slow roller up the middle, racing down the line for White. Throw from Cameron Sewell, the shortstop, able to get there in time. That one bounding past the pitcher Douglas. But backing him up, the shortstop Sewell behind the mound, fielding, throwing on the run to get out of the jam. Roseburg gets 2 runners on, but can't do anything with it. No runs, 2 hits. No South Medford errors, 2 men left on base. Both teams threaten in the second. Neither team scores. We go to the third on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Current Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, hey, where did you get that great smile? And for you to be able to say, at Current Orthodontics.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car.
First batter for South Medford in the top of the 3rd inning. The center fielder.
Top of the 3rd inning. Still a scoreless game here, and it looks like we could be in for another good one like we were down at South Medford at Harry and David Field earlier this season. Scoreless game. Today's contest brought to you by Barnes Heating and Cooling. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. 1-0 count to start things off for the 9-hitter, Caleb Barney, the center fielder. 9-hitter taking on Dominic Tatone here. Misses outside. The count will go to 2-0. Tom Nelson behind the plate calling balls and strikes for us here today. 2-0 count for Tatone. Right on the outside corner this time. Called for a strike against Barney. 9-1-2 hitters coming up. South Medford, much like Roseburg in the bottom of the second. In the top of the second, left 2 men stranded on base. The 2-1, reaching for it. Barney, a high chopper back to the mound. Throw by Tatone in time to Corbin at first. 1 away. Dominic Tatone there. Had to wait for that ball to come down.
Top of the order now for South Medford.
I believe they call that a Baltimore chop. Ball spiked into the ground like that for that high hop. Top of the 3rd, 1 away, nobody on. Top of the order, Bennett Thompson batting for a second time. He grounded out to short his first time up, takes his first pitch strike. Bennett Thompson batting .500 this season. You ever see a number like that, you either think that the guy hasn't had many at-bats or something's wrong, but no. He has definitely been having a good senior year. Came in with 26 at-bats. 0 for 1 to start out his day here today. The 1-1. Ooh, just misses outside for 2 balls and a strike. That one did not miss by much on the edge to Thompson. Trying to nibble at the strike zone there. To Tone, the lefty, a 2-1 offering. This is low and inside, and the count will go to 3-1. Top of the third, scoreless game. The dangerous Bennett Thompson at the plate, the 3-1, and a strike called to make it a full count. Three-two pitch, high and away for ball 4. Second walk for Titone. And out to the mound is going to go pitching coach Richie Charles to have a quick conversation with Titone and Knox Hubbard. The rest of the infield will stay where they are. For Bennett Thompson, that was his 21st walk of the season. Him and Dawson Gillespie up there in the race for that title, it would look like. Thompson, of course, a very dangerous batter. That's why he's only had now 27 at-bats this season, is because so many haven't counted with the walks that he has drawn this year. Batting .500, on-base percentage of .717. He was batting .500, I should say. He is 0 for 1 in this game here today. But he draws a one-out walk here in the third inning. Get a base runner on for South Medford. Cameron Sewell, the shortstop, 0 for 1 today. He will dig in. The left-handed batter grounded out to short his first time up, and you'd like to see that again if you're a Roseburg fan here. First pitch for Titone, missing high for ball 1. Roseburg baseball today brought to you by Kern Orthodontics. A healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson. Ooh, a throw over to first, almost getting Thompson just back in ahead. Give Dr. Peterson at Kern Orthodontics a call at 541-672-5721. Blustery day in Roseburg here today. Another pickoff throw. Thompson back in safely. Sun shining, going to be a warm one. Just the start to a warm stretch of weather here in the Umpqua Basin today. Just below 80 degrees for our high temperature right about now. 79 with the wind blowing. Going to be 82 tomorrow, and that's a couple of days of 80 in a row. Outside, Knox Hubbard ranging to his left to get to that ball. Does so in time. And Hubbard able to glove that baseball, which means Bennett Thompson not moving at first. Thompson now will take his lead. A healthy size over there with the lefty on the mound. Titone delivers a pitch in, and it's roped into right field for a base hit down the line into foul territory. Zyman up with it. It'll be a double. That ball gets away, but backing up the play will be Takahashi. A double for Sewell. And you've got runners at second and third for South Medford. He goes right down that third base line, or first base line, excuse me. The left-handed batter pulling it down the line for a double. First hit of the ball game for South Medford. They've got runners in scoring position. Base runners have been getting on, but both teams have been unable to bring them around. Heart of the order coming up for South Medford here. So a tough spot for Dominic Titone. I got a feeling we may not be seeing a 1-0 ball game like we did the first time around. So Roseburg definitely going to have to get their bats going against Tanner Douglas. Douglas is in, trying to help himself out here. The left-hander will take low for ball 1, and all the runners hold as Hubbard digs that one out of the dirt. Roseburg softball players making their way into the stadium to watch today's game. After their practice, they'll be playing South Medford tomorrow. 1-0. Misses inside to the lefty. 2-0 count. Normally Roseburg baseball and softball playing on the same day, but a lot of activities going on today, so they pushed the softball game to tomorrow. And Roseburg's going to intentionally walk Tanner Douglas, so no more pitches allowed. Well, not allowed, but no more pitches needed in this at-bat to Douglas. They'll intentionally walk him to load the bases. That's 3 walks in the game now for Dominic Titone. Bases loaded with 1 out. Roseburg will play for the double play against the cleanup hitter Carson Joe. He grounded out to the third baseman Austin Takahashi last time up. First pitch is fouled away for strike 1. Joe with the bases loaded and maybe a little shaky for Titone here in the third. Was not going to waste any time. He wanted the first pitch, went after it, fouled it off. Might have thought that the coaches were looking to preach a patient approach at the plate for him here, but he went after that first offering. 0-1 count. Titone set, playing double play up the middle, in on the corners. Pitch high and away to Joe to even things up. Top of the third, scoreless ball game so far. Bases loaded with 1 out. Titone, the lefty, gets another foul ball for Carson Joe, ricocheting off of the protective gear for Knox Hubbard. No lasting effects from that, it would appear, as he tracks down the ball down the first base side and tosses it back out to the mound. A ball and 2 strikes. Dominic Titone, a strikeout here would be extremely helpful. The 1-2 is just a bit elevated. The at-bat will continue for the cleanup hitter. Two offering. Ooh, not off by much. That pitch real close there. Roseburg and South Medford up near the top of the standings in the regional Southern Oregon Conference they've put together for this year, battling for the number 1 seed into the culminating week. Carson Joe grounds towards third. Austin Takahashi will not try for 2. He goes to first to get the out. A run will score, and South Medford takes a 1-0 lead. Bennett Thompson comes in. Sewell goes to third. Tanner Douglas to second. An RBI for Carson Joe on the ground out. 2 down. Caleb Long will bat. He walked in his first at-bat. Hits one towards center on the run. Logan Klopfenstein there for the catch. And that will polish off the top of the third inning. But South Medford will get a run on the board as they take a 1-0 lead going to the bottom of the third. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as Ari Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
One run on 1 hit in the top of the third for South Medford. Tanner Douglas will have a lead to work with as he heads back out to the mound. He'll face Carson Dunn, Sebastian Watson, and Logan Klopfenstein here in the bottom of the third inning. Roseburg Baseball today brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing is always available. And by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. So Roseburg with 2 hits in the ball game, going to try and
First batter for Roseburg in the bottom of the
See if they can get any sort of momentum going here in the third inning after threatening in the second. Carson Dunn leading things off. First pitch from Douglas is in for a called strike. Carson Dunn batting .208 for Roseburg there in the 9 hole. The 0-1 fouls it back for strike 2. Looking at those standings, Roseburg was half game behind North Medford for first place in the regional standings. There's a swing and a foul tip into the glove for strike 3. Dunn will go down as strikeout victim number 4 for Tanner Douglas. He is dealing a bit here. Top of the order, Sebastian Watson will bat. North Medford at 9-2, Roseburg at 9-3, South Medford at 8-3 on the season. Those are your top 3 teams in the league. Strike at the knees over the heart of the plate there for Watson. Starts out with an 0-1 count. North Medford is taking on Eagle Point today. You can assume that that's going to be a win, but we'll wait and see. Eagle Point has surprised a couple of teams in there. And then Roseburg and South Medford squaring off here today, so could have a little bit of a shakeup in the standings with this matchup. Watson will pull it towards short, falls getting out of the box, so plenty of time for Cameron Sewell to field, set, and fire over to Carson Joe for the second out, 2 away. North Medford at Eagle Point today. It's senior night for the Eagles in that one. They got underway at 5 o'clock as well, so see if we can find a score on that one. We'll try to update you there. First pitch, swinging through for Logan Klopfenstein. He lined out to the shortstop his first time up. Cameron Sewell fielding just behind second on a ball right up the middle. The 0-1, he skies up in the air, calling for it is Douglas. And the pitcher will make the grab on the infield grass. So Roseburg, a 1-2-3 inning in the bottom of the third, can't respond. They trail 1-0 as we go to the top of the fourth. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The Signature Service Oil Change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one Signature Service Oil Change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Top of the fourth inning, Roseburg Baseball is brought to you by Flyaway Travel. Contact their travel experts for your travel plans. Now located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue, or give them a call at 672-5701.
Number 12, Elijah Havey.
1-0 ball game. South Medford in front, coming up to bat with Elijah Havey to lead things off. Reached on an error in the second. He'll take first pitch, strike 1 from Dominic Tatone. Well, right now, as it stays, it's a 1-0 lead for South Medford. That was the difference in the game Roseburg won at Harry and David Field. Could we have another tight ball game that finishes that close? I would be a little surprised if that was the case, but that's where we're at right now. 1-1 count for Elijah Havey. Strike on a breaking ball for Tatone. The 1-2 offering. Ooh, slipping as he swung, falling and getting hit with the baseball while he was still just in the box. Havey will stay alive with the 1-2 count. We'll do it again on the 1-2 pitch. Titone delivers his breaking ball, stays upstairs. Apologize for those watching at 541radio.com or on the Score YouTube channel. I clicked the wrong button there. 2-2 count. And the 2-2 pitch is low and inside. And the count will go full. Titone trying not to give up the extra bases. Trailing 1-0, and so many dangerous hitters in the lineup for South Medford. He tried to challenge him there, and Havey fouls it off to stay alive. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Top of the 4th inning, 1-0 lead for South Medford, wearing their black tops today. Numbers on the back, blue outlined in white. Gray trousers for the visiting Panthers. As the full count pitch is in the dirt for ball 4. That is walk number 4 for Dominic Titone. Not a stat that he normally piles up the numbers on. One of them was an intentional walk, so he didn't throw the actual pitches.
Batter number 10,
but Titone came in, only 12 walks issued in 16 innings. So far in 3 innings to total, he has allowed 4. A bunt back to the mound. Titone fields, spins, and throws to Corbin at first. The sac bunt by Tosh Stumpenhaus, excuse me.
Next batter, number 7, Luke Mason.
The sac bunt will move the runner up to second base. 1 out, 1 on in scoring position. And now a pinch runner. So coming out, Elijah Havey will head to the dugout, and coming in to run for him is number 14, which is Gannon Jones. First pitch misses. A 1-0 count now for Luke Mason. Lined out to the first baseman, Evan Corbin, to finish off the second inning. 1-0 is in for a called strike to even things up. The 1-1 bounces in out at second base. Jones puts the brakes on late, goes back to the bag. It's artificial turf. You know, you think of the surface, the playing surface is obviously very uniform. Gives you a better, truer hop as a swing and a miss on the 2-1. And Mason finds himself with a 2-2 count. You know, I know that a lot of people like playing on the artificial turf, but definitely the footing has been something to watch. A lot of guys struggling with it, especially visiting teams. 2-2 here from Titone. Swing and a miss. And the runner will head down to first. They throw that direction and get him out. 2 down. That is strikeout number 2 for Dominic Titone. 2 away. Caleb Barney batting with a man out at second base. Barney 0 for 1 in the game. Don't wear metal cleats on the artificial turf field here at Champion Car Wash Field. Swing and a miss. Barney goes chasing on the high heat. Got enticed by that one up near the eyeballs. So I saw guys wearing molded cleats out there. I would have expected more our turf shoes, more like tennis shoes, but a lot of molded cleats instead of the metal cleats. The 0-1 here for Titone. Hard hit towards short. Knocked down by Gillespie. He'll get up. He keeps it on the infield, but he won't be able to record an out. And Barney will reach on a base knock. Laying out to get to that one for Gillespie. That saves a run. And runners on the corners now for South Medford, and the dangerous top portion of the lineup coming up to bat. Up to third base, Wynn Jones as the pinch runner for Elijah Havey. Caleb Barney on at first, 2 down. Bennett Thompson up. Thompson will take low for ball 1. South Medford leading 1-0 so far here in the top of the 4th inning. A 1-0 pitch to Tone, misses low and outside for ball 2. South Medford coming off of a sweep against Crater. Both teams coming in with 3-game winning streaks. They swept Crater 10-0, 11-1 in a doubleheader on Saturday. Pitch goes to the backstop. The runner from first will go up to second, but the runner at third will hold. Wild pitch moving a Barney to second base, and they are going to intentionally walk Bennett Thompson. Second intentional walk of the game for Dominic Tatone, his 5th walk total. And Cameron Sewell will bat. He had the double in the 3rd down the right field line. Have not seen any action in Roseburg's bullpen. Bases loaded. Cameron Sewell, the left-handed shortstop, left-handed batting shortstop, steps in but right back out. First pitch. Goes between the legs forward, knocks Hubbard. He has to chase it to the backstop, can't make a play. And a run will come in for South Medford. Everybody else moving up 90 feet. 2-0, your score, South in front. That'll be a pass ball as it goes by Hubbard. He thought he had it in his glove and then realized it had gotten by him. Runners at second and third, 1-0 count for Sewell. He fouls off the pitch out towards the parking lot here at Champion Car Wash Field to even up at a 1-1 count. So both teams came in winners of 3 straight. South actually got swept by North. I'm sure not a sore point there for the Panthers. So pitch low, 2 balls and 1 strike. This 3-game winning streak snapped that 2-game losing streak after losing both games against North Medford. North Medford leading the conference right now. 2 balls, 1 strike. Sewell stepping back out of the box. Tatone's 2-1 offering. Behind the head, back to the backstop again. Hubbard will throw back to the plate. It goes by, and now the throw to the dish, and not. Oh, they do get him at the plate. I thought the ball bounced away from Tatone. Thrown out at home will be Bennett Thompson by Dominic Tatone on the backup play there for the final out. But a run does come in. It'll be 3-0. A wild pitch scoring Caleb Barney and moving Thompson from second to third, but then he tries to take 2 bases, and that'll go down as a 6-1 put out at the plate for the final out. That'll wrap things up in the top of the 4th. 3 runs in so far for South Medford. Roseburg looking to get their offense going when we come back on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm.
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the fourth inning, Joey Keyran here with you from Champion Car Wash Field on a blustery day in sunny Roseburg. Today's game brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning. You can get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. Well, in that top of the fourth inning, 2 runs on 1 hit for South Medford. And the final out of the inning made at the plate is Bennett Thompson thrown out, trying to take 2 bases on a wild pitch and then a overthrow. Tanner Douglas, though, with a bit of a cushion to work with here against Roseburg, will face a left-handed batter, Austin Takahashi, leading things off. He struck out looking back in the first. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Inside, the count goes 2-0 for Takahashi. You know, I'm not sure if I truly did ever give our look around the diamond defensively for South Medford. Behind the plate, Bennett Thompson, Carson Joe over at first, Elijah Havey at second. It's a 2-0 pitch. Takahashi will take low for a 3-0 count. At third, Caleb Long, Cameron Sewell at short. In the outfield from left to right, Kyle Cope, Caleb Barney, and Tosh Stumpenhaus is your defensive alignment for South Medford in today's ball game. The 3-0 taken for ball 4. And for Tanner Douglas, the lefty on the mound, that is the first walk issued.
Next batter, number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
Takahashi gets on. He's only the third base runner in the game for Roseburg. They had 2 in the second. Both got to scoring position. Neither able to come around. 3-0 lead for South Medford on top of Roseburg. Bottom of the fourth inning. Douglas, first pitch to Gillespie. It's low for ball 1. He's not found the strike zone so far here in the fourth inning. Gillespie had a hard ground ball right back up the middle, and they shade him up the middle a little bit, also playing for the double play ball for Sewell and Havey. Low and inside with the breaking ball from the lefty to the righty, and it cuts in at his shoe tops. Bennett Thompson behind the plate working to stay in front of that ball. Will run out to the mound and have a quick conversation with Tanner Douglas. This game also brought to you by Good Vibrations, solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. Good crowd out here on this Tuesday evening. Roseburg, different schedule this week. They'll play today, they play Thursday, and they play a single game Saturday. All of them single games this week as they wrap up the regular season. Pitch low as the count goes to 3-0 for Dawson Gillespie. Final week of the regular season. The next week's games are going to be kind of based on standings for the teams after this regular season in the Southern Oregon Regional Conference. 3-0 is across the heart of the plate for a strike. That was 7 straight pitches that missed the strike zone for Tanner Douglas to start off this fourth inning before he finally gets one across on a 3-0 pitch to Dawson Gillespie. The 3-1 is high for ball 4. Back-to-back walks issued to start off the fourth inning for Roseburg. Had not allowed a free pass all game, and now Douglas has done it in back-to-back batters. That'll bring up Knox Hubbard, the left-handed hitting catcher. Before that, a visit to the mound for South Medford. Throwing in the bullpen for Roseburg is lefty Logan Klopfenstein. Getting loose out there, currently the center fielder for Roseburg. Scoring today, 1 run in the third for South and then 2 runs in the fourth. They lead 3-0 in this contest. Roseburg at home today. They are on the road at Grants Pass coming up on Thursday. And then Roseburg's back at home on Saturday for a noon single non-leaguer against North Bend. I believe it'll be the first time that I have ever called a game between Roseburg and the North Bend Brown Bulldogs. High for ball one to Knox Hubbard, who had a bunt single in the second. Everybody, I think, expecting him to go third base side with a sac bunt in the second inning. Went first base side and caught everybody off guard and got himself on base. He's looking to swing away here, it looks like, as he takes low and outside for ball two. With runners at first and second and nobody out, Roseburg not electing to try and play small ball, looking to try and maybe get a bit of a rally going here, trailing 3-0. Low again for Douglas, and he is struggling with the strike zone here in the fourth. He has thrown one strike to a Roseburg batter in the fourth inning so far, and he could possibly walk the bases loaded here on the 3-0 pitch to Hubbard. He will hit the strike zone to stay in the at-bat. 3-1 count. Now on at first base is Dawson Gillespie. At second base, Austin Takahashi. Roseburg trailing by 3. 3-1 from Douglas. High for ball 4, and that is 3 straight base on balls. Takahashi to third, Gillespie to second. Hubbard on to first momentarily, and then Garrett Schultz out to run for the catcher. Elijah Havey got a pinch runner in the top half of this inning. He did come back in defensively, so he is at second base. Bases loaded with nobody out, and Garrett Zimet batting. And he'll take at the belt buckle for strike one. That is the first time here in the fourth that Tanner Douglas has started off with a strike against a hitter. Big opportunity here for Roseburg with the bases loaded and nobody out to try and at least get on the board. The 0-1 and a swing and a miss for strike two against Zimet. Garrett Zimet batting .269. Has 7 RBI on the season. And he will take a strikeout looking. That's a big one there for Tanner Douglas. Gets his 5th strikeout of the game.
Evan Corbin.
1 away. 5th strikeout, that's the 3rd strikeout looking. Swing and a miss for Evan Corbin. Douglas trying to pitch his way through this jam after loading the bases on 3 straight walks. Big strikeout to Zimet. Now Evan Corbin trying to do something. He's 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking. He swings and misses at the breaking ball for strike two. Evan Corbin does not have an RBI this season in 19 plate appearances, and he will not get it here. He swings and misses at strike 3 on a breaking ball. And I think heavy dose of breaking ball action there for Tanner Douglas, and Roseburg's hitters have not been able to connect. So the tide quickly turning here in the fourth inning, and Jordan White will bat, and he chases some high heat. And all of a sudden, Tanner Douglas looks untouchable on the mound after walking the first 3 batters of the fourth inning. The 0-1 for the lefty. He fires in, and it misses low behind the plate. Thompson, the Division I commit to the University of Oregon, has no problem knocking that ball down and keeping it in front of him. Runners will all hold. Takahashi at third. The 1-1. Breaking ball is high for a 2-1 count as White tries to put some pressure on Tanner Douglas by being patient at the plate. Zimet and Corbin striking out on 3 straight pitches each. 6 pitches total between the two. The 2-1 here to White. Got around on one, pops it up. Carson Joe chasing, but that ball into the stands for strike 2. Jordan White, a DH today, had come in. He's now got 18 plate appearances. He's got 2 RBI, looking to pick up hopefully 1 here. Takes high for ball 3. Now a little bit of pressure on both the hitter and the pitcher. Bases loaded with 2 away. Full count pitch coming to Jordan White. Runners will be moving on the throw to the plate. Full count pitch for Douglas. Swing and a miss. He strikes out the side. 7 total for him. After walking the bases loaded, he comes back. Punch out, punch out, punch out to keep this a shutout for Roseburg. 3-0 the score for South Medford, top of the 5th, when we return on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Kern Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, hey, where did you get that great smile? And for you to be able to say, at Kern Orthodontics.
At Brook Communications, our job is to get results for your business, period. We can take your story and tell it to the people you want to reach in a way that compels first-time clients to become repeat customers. We get them through your door so you can do what you were meant to do. Proclaim your sales message to the largest audience of any media company in Douglas County. Brook Communications dominates through the power of 5 radio stations and 541radio.com. Results amplified. Locally owned. Brook Communications.
We've had a call to the pen here to start the 5th inning as Roseburg will go to Logan Klopfenstein to take over for Dominic Titone, who goes 4 innings, gave up 2 hits, 3 runs, 5 walks, and 2 strikeouts here in this start. He will exit in danger of picking up his first loss of the season. Logan Klopfenstein will face the 2-3-4 hitters. Cameron Sewell was at the plate when the final out was made at the dish. Bennett Thompson thrown out, trying to take 2 bases on a wild pitch. Cameron Sewell will take for a 1-0 count. Logan Klopfenstein, the junk baller from the left side, misses low, high and away. 2-0 count. Klopfenstein 8 1/3 innings. He's got a no win, 2 loss record. He does have a save. He earned the save in Roseburg's last game. He's got a 3-0 count, though, here against the leadoff man, Cameron Sewell, and will get a strike across. Klopfenstein, not a overly hard thrower when he's on the mound, but he mixes up a lot of his motion with his junk ball stuff. He misses, though, with his breaking ball outside for ball 4. And that'll be man on base, 1 on, with nobody out to start things off here in the top of the 5th. So Titone's game to lose right now for Roseburg, unless the offense can come back and bail him out. New man in center field is Carson Dunn out there. Garrett Schultz will move into left field defensively. Klopfenstein's first pitch bounces in to Tanner Douglas. So I think how that might work out in a moment. It's a strike across for Douglas, gives him a 1-1 count as the wind picks up. I think that Garrett Schultz will come in for Jordan White, or White might continue to DH for Schultz. But Dominic Titone, I'd imagine, is out of the game. There's a breaking ball behind the hitter for a 2-1 count to Douglas. Roseburg does have a right-hander from warming up in their bullpen. And that is Jordan White throwing out there. 3 balls and a strike for Klopfenstein. And ball 4 issued as Klopfenstein will come out and have some issues with the walks as well. For South Medford, that will be now 7 walks they've drawn against Roseburg's pitchers in this game so far. Only into the top of the 5th inning. It's a 3-0 lead for the Panthers. Roseburg Baseball today is brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop.
Number 6, Carson Joe.
And by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The cleanup hitter, Carson Joe, is 0 for 2 with an RBI in the game. He'll bat here. First pitch to him, swing and a miss right over the top of the breaking ball. Dropped out from underneath the bat for him. Big cut on that first pitch. And Carson Joe was notating earlier how he went after the first pitch pretty strong. He didn't waste anything there. Now he squares to bunt. And the runner going to throw to third. And they've got the runner between second and third. Up to second base. Smartly goes Tanner Douglas, but Cameron Sewell out in the rundown. Douglas will take second. 1 away, 1 on. A little odd there. They now come in with the infield with a runner at what? They must have called a balk. The runner's still on at third. Did they call a balk? There's some confusion in the booth here as well. They must have called the balk, is the only thing I can think of, is why the runners are all still on base as Carson Joe rips one to center field. Carson Dunn will make the catch, throws to the plate, goes all the way there, but it's not going to be in time. So Cameron Sewell, who was not out in the rundown, as I previously had thought, will come in to score and make it 4-0. Still at second base is Tanner Douglas.
Next batter, number 4.
I'm going to say that I guess that's what that probably was. Because he definitely was tagged out unless the ball was dropped or something, I guess. That'll be another RBI for Carson Joe, by the way. Sacrifice fly to center field, 1 out. Man at second base. 4-0 the score. South Medford in front. Caleb Long at the plate with the 1-0 count. Breaking ball will hit the inside corner for a called strike. The 1-1. And the dirt count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Welcome everybody that might be watching online on 541radio.com or on the Score YouTube channel. Our video stream is sponsored by Renco General Contractors. The ball out to right field. Garrett Ziman out there to play it. Will make the catch. Tagging, heading for third goes Douglas. The throw was on time but not on line. And Takahashi has no chance to put down the tag to try and get Douglas. He tags and advances 90 feet to third base. 2 down. And up to bat, Elijah Havey will come up to bat. He is 0 for 1 in the game. Reached on an error in the second, walked and scored in the fourth. Takes the first pitch from Logan Klopfenstein, the new lefty on the mound, for strike 1. Renco General Contractors, they specialize in industrial and commercial construction. So whether you're building from scratch or maybe it's time to expand or remodel your current building, at Renco, there's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco. Appreciate their sponsorship of Roseburg High Sports, streaming online at 541radio.com and on the Score YouTube channel. Swing and a miss out in front of the breaking ball there for Havey. A 1-2 count. Stick with us. Next week's going to be a busy one. We'll have Roseburg baseball and basketball on the radio and on the video player as Havey gets around on one, since it's foul. Down that third base side, it ricochets off the fence and back into play. We're going to be covering, for Roseburg fans, we're going to be covering Roseburg basketball during the final season, Season 4, your typical winter sports. We're going to be covering the home games as the 1-2 pitch. It's pulled foul again down the third base side by Havey, and he'll stay at the plate. Going to be covering home games. It's kind of hard to know exactly what the restrictions and limitations are going to be on how many people can be in gyms. So in an attempt to just try and make everybody's life easy and consistent, we're going to cover home games for basketball. As Klopfenstein will hit Havy with a breaking ball. And you've got runners on the corners with 2 away. That's unfortunate there. Klopfenstein ahead in the at-bat. Missed his location with his breaking ball. So we'll be covering Roseburg boys and girls basketball from the home gym here, Stuart W. Robertson Memorial Gymnasium. So tune in for that starting next week when games get started. On Wednesday will be our first broadcast of basketball as it stands right now. 1-0 count for Tosh Stumpenhaus. Stumpenhaus hits it towards third, knocked down by Takahashi. Goes the short way to second to get the final out. Got up and quickly throws to Sebastian Watson at second to get Elijah Havy. He also might have had a chance on Stumpenhaus, who was stumbling out of the box on the artificial turf, but they get the final out at second. 1 run comes in. There were no South Medford hits, no Roseburg errors, and 2 men left on base for the Panthers. 4-0 the score going to the bottom of the 5th. Roseburg needs some offense here on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Back for the bottom of the 5th inning. Still Tanner Douglas on the mound for South Medford. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the score. Bottom of the 5th, coming up the bat, it'll be Carson Dunn to lead things off for Roseburg for a second time in the ball game. First time up, he struck out in the 3rd against Tanner Douglas, who has 7 Ks in the ball game so far today. His team has put him out to a 4-0 lead as he misses high on the first pitch to Dunn. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall. Call them at 541-378-6694. They're open and accepting new patients. Low for Dunn, a 2-0 count from Douglas, who walked the bases loaded to start off the 4th inning on the mound. Walked the bases loaded, but then struck out the side. So he faced 6, walked the first 3, struck out the final 3. That's a very interesting line in an inning for a pitcher. Ball fouled back by Dunn, gives him a 2-1 count. Today's game also brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? So talking next week, we'll start with some basketball broadcasting while we also bring you the baseball games on the radio. As Dunn swings and misses on the 2-1. We'll also be planning to bring you some coverage of Roseburg wrestling on our video stream only. Not going to be doing radio broadcasts of wrestling, but bring you coverage on the video stream. With the limited numbers of people in the gym, we want to make sure fans can see Roseburg wrestling. As a swing and a miss for Carson Dunn is strikeout victim number 8 on the day for Tanner Douglas. 1 away, and top of the lineup, Sebastian Watson will bat. He's 0 for 2. Roseburg with just 2 hits in this ball game. Dawson Gillespie and Knox Hubbard both with singles. First pitch for Douglas is in for a strike. So, yeah, stay tuned. We're going to have wrestling coming up, not next week, but I believe the week after is when our first possible home wrestling meet's going to be there, and we look forward to covering that. It's going to be a new experience for yours truly. So pitch high, 1-1 count here for the leadoff man, Sebastian Watson. Strikeout and a ground out for him in the ballgame so far. I believe South Medford might be the first opponent for the Roseburg wrestling team at home as well. 2 balls and a strike now for Watson. The shadows of the light poles starting to stretch across the diamond from third base out to right field as Watson will belt one past the pitcher over to the second baseman, Elijah Havey, making the throw over to first. There are 2 away for Roseburg. Logan Klopfenstein will bat. He is 0 for 2. Lined out to the shortstop and popped out to the pitcher. First pitch to Roseburg's now pitcher. He's fouled back for strike 1. Klopfenstein taking over for Dominic Tatone on the mound, but we may see Jordan White coming up here. Roseburg may be wanting to keep arms fresh and not go too deep in their pitch count with 3 games coming up this week on 3 different days. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday for Roseburg this week. 1-1 for Douglas against Klopfenstein. Low and inside, the count goes to 2-1. For South Medford, they will finish off their regular season with a doubleheader on Saturday. They're hosting Grants Pass, and that's who Roseburg will play Thursday. So Grants Pass has Roseburg Thursday, then South Medford with a double on Saturday. Tough way to finish out their season. 3-1 count. Klopfenstein looking to get on base. Douglas will oblige. Puts him on with a 2-out walk. 1 on and up to bat, Austin Takahashi, who walked in the 4th inning. 0 for 1 in the ball game. He also has struck out looking. Bottom of the 5th here, South Medford on top, 4-0. Ball fouled away by Takahashi. JV today, I believe, taking on Crater. JV. It's a breaking ball high. Thompson back behind the plate, getting up, looking like he was thinking of throwing to first, but does not. 1-1 count for Takahashi. Austin fouls another one down the third base side, out of play. A ball and 2 strikes. Taking high, Takahashi evens things up. Two count for Tanner Douglas, trying to get out of the top of the 5th. Ooh, Takahashi, good discipline there. Had to hold up. He wanted to go after the high offering. A little bit of cheddar there from Douglas, and Takahashi able to show some discipline and held off. 3-2 pitch. What do they go to here? Douglas winds and fires, goes with the fastball, and it's low and outside. Runners at first and second with 2 down. Klopfenstein moving up to second base. Takahashi on with the walk.
Next batter, number 9, Dawson Gillespie.
That is 5 walks in the game for Tanner Douglas. Douglas will face Dawson Gillespie, who's 1 for 1 in the ball game. Takes the first pitch high for ball 1. Roseburg threatened in the 5th, but couldn't cash in when Tanner Douglas got a little wild. They'll try and do something with it here, and that'll prompt a visit out to the mound for Bennett Thompson. Again, a windy day here at the ballpark. We saw that early on in the season. It was, I think, that home opener against Crater, that doubleheader, where the wind was really circling here. You don't see that too often, where it really is kind of circling around, but you do see it blowing pretty often, but it was really circling here at Champion Car Wash Field, and that cost some issues. After the visit to the mound, a single to center field. They'll hold Klopfenstein at third. Second hit of the game for Dawson Gillespie. That young man is continuing the name of his older brother, Doran Gillespie, as some of the better hitters here at Roseburg High School. Doran now with Umpqua Community College. Dawson keeping it going as he rips one to center. Is 2 for 2 on the day with a couple of balls right back through the middle. So on base 3 times for Dawson Gillespie in this one, 2 hits. Knox Hubbard will bat with the bases loaded and 2 away. And once again, an opportunity for Roseburg to try and get into this game. First pitch from Douglas is high for ball 1. Game tying run at the plate for Roseburg. But right now, you're just looking for some solid contact out of Hubbard. He had a bunt single in the second. Swings through on the 1-0 count. Hubbard walked in the 4th inning. And Coach Sester is going to come in from the first base coach's box to have a quick word with his hitter. Coach Sester working more with the hitters. Coach Charles working with the pitchers. And everybody being a part of the defensive side of the ball. The 1-1 for Hubbard. Douglas delivers. Breaking ball in for a called strike. A 1-2 count. Roseburg trying to get a run in. Bases loaded with 2 away. And a strike 3. And Thompson will step on home for the final out. Once again, Roseburg will leave the bases loaded and unable to score. Still 4-0. South Medford in front of Roseburg here on this Tuesday evening in Roseburg. Top of the 6th we go on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Top of the 6th inning, Roseburg baseball is presented by Barnes Heating and Cooling, your complete energy company. Visit barnesheatingandcooling.com or call them at 541-459-1545. And by Current Orthodontics, a healthy, attractive smile means confidence inside and out. Call Dr. Peterson at 541-672-5721.
Number 7,
Luke Mason will lead things off for South Medford, leading 4-0. Roseburg has threatened twice, but has not been able to score against Tanner Douglas. And Logan Klopfenstein still on the mound, throwing, misses with his breaking ball high and inside. Roseburg has stranded 8 runners in this ball game. Klopfenstein will get a strike on the outside corner. Twice they have had the bases loaded and have not been able to bring in a run. The 1-1 outside. Mason today is 0 for 2. Struck out against Dominic Tatone in the 4th. First time facing Klopfenstein. Ground ball towards third. Takahashi timing it up. Will throw over to Corbin for the out. 1 away. Well, Roseburg, their season coming to an end next week. But don't you worry, we'll be back here for baseball before too long. In fact, we are probably closing in, not quite yet, but getting close to almost a month away for the start of American Legion baseball, believe it or not. So the first pitch swinging for Caleb Barney is fouled way out of play for strike 1. We are getting a finalized schedule together for Legion baseball from what I've been told, but I think the season expected to start around Father's Day, June 17th, right around that area. So a tournament here is, I think, the plan at the moment for the Docs. Going to be about 35 or plus games for Doc Stewart's baseball over the summer season. Klopfenstein will miss with a breaking ball. 2 balls and 1 strike against Caleb Barney. So we're getting ready for that. We'll have Docs baseball like we always do for you right here on The Score, and we'll be streaming online at 541radio.com. 2-1 pitch is low and inside, 3-1 count. Might overlap a little bit with the end of the baseball or basketball and wrestling seasons for the high school level with the start of the American Legion season. As Caleb Barney fouls off another pitch by Klopfenstein to even up the count, or to take it to a full count, I should say. 3 balls, 2 strikes with 1 away and nobody on. Full count pitch for Klopfenstein. Grounded. Left side, backhanded by Gillespie, but boy, a lot of speed out of that 9-hole for Caleb Barney and a long throw across the diamond for Gillespie. And beating it out, Caleb Barney will get on safely with a 1-out single. Nice play by Gillespie deep in the hole at short, giving himself an opportunity. That was a long way to go across the diamond. 1 on, 1 out. Top of the order, it's Bennett Thompson batting for a 4th time. He is 0 for 1, been walked twice. 22 walks for him on the season now. First pitch from Klopfenstein. Runner going, the pitch low and inside, no throw down to second. Barney real quick out there. I see why they put him in the 9-hole. He's into second base with the steal. Klopfenstein's 1-0. Breaking ball is low and inside to Thompson for a 2-0 count. Coming up this summer, Docs Baseball mentioned that's going to be on the radio. We're also looking forward to the fact that Champion Car Wash Field will be the home site for the AAA American Legion Baseball State Tournament this year. As Thompson out, lifting one to center field. Coming in is Dunn. He makes the catch, throw to third. On time, got him at third, and that'll wrap things up. Caleb Barney tried to tag and take third on a ball to shallow center, and Carson Dunn makes him pay. Some good defense there for Roseburg will get him out of the 6th inning. Still, South Medford leading 4-0. Roseburg's offense has to come around at some point if they want to get in this ball game. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's a 4-0 lead for South Medford on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Kern Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Kern Orthodontics."
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car.
Bottom of the 6th inning, Roseburg baseball is brought to you by Tim's Appliance at the corner of Lane and South Stevens in Roseburg. 0% financing always available. And by the Smile Station, your destination for aesthetically crafted smiles. And of course, don't forget Flyaway Travel. Give them a call for your travel plans at 672-5701. Garrett Zimet will lead things off for Roseburg here in the bottom of the 6th, trailing 4-0 against Tanner Douglas and South Medford. Zimet is 0 for 1 with a strikeout looking in the 4th. He was the first strikeout of 3 straight for Douglas with the bases loaded. Soft chopper to third, a long throw in time. Caleb Long over to Carson Joe to get Garrett Zimet, who couldn't beat out that one. 1 away. Evan Corbin scheduled to bat. He will dig in next.
Next batter, number 7, Evan Corbin.
Defense behind Tanner Douglas has been pretty good today. Douglas, really the only damage has been self-inflicted with his walks as a strike taken by Corbin for an 0-1 count, popping out of the glove there for Bennett Thompson. Roseburg does have 3 hits, but 5 walks has really put Douglas in the jam the most part. Chopper back to the mound, bounces over Douglas, fielded by the third baseman, and his throw, Caleb Long, a little too high to Carson Joe, who tries to swipe at the tag, and Corbin will get on safely on the throwing error. Bounced high over the mound. Caleb Long cut it off in short, in front of the shortstop, Cameron Sewell. Made a throw on the run, but it was too high. And Corbin able to get on safely. Jordan White will bat. Scheduled to hit, and the DH will stay in the game for Garrett Schultz, who is playing in left field, taking over the spot for Dominic Titone defensively. 1-0 count for White, who is 0 for 2 in the game. Takes low and outside for a 2-0 count. Roseburg's had a runner on in every inning except for the first and third, but they've not been able to bring anybody across. Just outside, the count will go through. No, I didn't see the strike call, but maybe it was in there. 2-1, it says on the scoreboard. It was close. Douglas delivers. In the air, that one could be tough. Long run out there. It'll hang up long enough for Caleb Barney. Barney was shading Jordan White to right field. And if that ball had not been up in the air quite so much, might have had a chance to get down in the big gap out there as they played for him to be behind Tanner Douglas. Catch made, though, by Barney. 2 down, and it'll be Carson Dunn to try and get some damage done. He'll pull one by third. Up with it. Caleb Long, throw to first. Picked up by Joe, and that has the South Medford dugout pumped up on some defensive work behind pitcher Tanner Douglas. Caleb Long, a lot of work there in the 6th inning. Comes up with the big play to finish it off. No runs for Roseburg on no hits. There was 1 South Medford error. And 1 man left on base for Roseburg. Through 6 innings of play, it is 4-0. South Medford in front on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as Ari Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Top of the 7th inning, coming down to this for Roseburg and South Medford. Roseburg will have to have a big rally coming up, but they're trying to make sure it doesn't get more than 4 runs for South Medford. It'll be the top of the order. Going through it, it'll be Cameron Sewell, the 2-hitter, Tanner Douglas, and Carson Joe due up against Logan Klopfenstein. First pitch missing to Sewell for a 1-0 count here. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Sewell with a double back in the 3rd inning. He walked in the 5th and scored a run. The 2-0 from Klopfenstein is outside for a 3-0 count. 1 run in the 3rd and 2 in the 4th for South Medford. Gave him a 3-0 lead against Dominic Tatone. Then Logan Klopfenstein did give up 1 run in the 5th to make it 4-0 in favor of South Medford. And a leadoff walk issued to Sewell, his 2nd of the game. Puts a man on to lead things off here in the 7th inning for the Panthers. Klopfenstein has now walked 3. 8 total walks in this game for Roseburg's pitchers. Up to bat will be the lefty Tanner Douglas, who takes in the dirt for ball 1. Out to the mound is going to go Knox Hubbard to have a conversation with Klopfenstein, and out to third base goes Douglas to have a conversation with his coach. There's interesting news in Major League Baseball today. Apparently the Oakland Athletics announcing that, an announcement from Major League Baseball that they are encouraging Oakland to start exploring relocation possibilities if they can't get a new stadium deal done in Oakland. So after the meeting, a pitch low from Klopfenstein to Douglas for a 2-0 count. So they make it sound as if the Oakland A's could possibly be on the move after this season. Of course, everybody knows that Portland has been looking to bring Major League Baseball to the city, and I guess that could be one way of going about that. That could be an interesting storyline to be watching. Pitch outside on the 2-1 to Douglas. Gets away from a Hubbard. Up to second base will go Cameron Sewell. Wild pitch up 90 feet into scoring position. 3-1 count for Klopfenstein. Douglas waits. Takes the strike on the outside corner. Tanner Douglas is 0 for 1 in this ballgame. He has been walked twice, once intentionally. Full count pitch to him here. Swings, line drive shot out towards shallow left field. Picked up by Schultz. Schultz will toss it back into third. Takahashi cutting the ball off. Runners on the corners now for South Medford with nobody out here in the top of the 7th, leading 4-0. First hit of the game for Tanner Douglas. Runners on the corners. That is the 4th hit of the ball game for South Medford. Cleanup man, Carson Joe will bat. Made a nice defensive play at first to finish off the bottom of the 6th. And he'll follow it up with a line drive to left field to drive in a run. Off the glove for Schultz, but collects it right back quickly. No extra bases for anybody out there. A run comes in, 5-0. South Medford in front of Roseburg. 3rd RBI of the game for Carson Joe, but his first hit of the contest. Scoring was Cameron Sewell. Up to second base goes Tanner Douglas, and we've got a meeting on the mound for Roseburg. So Sewell with a ground out for an RBI, a sacrifice fly for an RBI, and a run batted in here in the 7th for him with a single to left field. 3 RBI for him on the day. 3 of the 5 runs coming in because of his bat. 5-0 the score. South Medford in front. Klopfenstein will stay in the game. Today's contest brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. And by Mahalo Heating and Air Conditioning, get 0% financing for 72 months on approved credit now at Mahalo Heating and Air. Caleb Long will bat in the dirt, takes for ball 1. First and second, Joe at first, Douglas at second. 1 run in with nobody out so far here in the top of the 7th. Roseburg will need 5 to tie and 6 to walk off with a win in the bottom of the 7th if the score stays the way it is. Outside and low in the dirt for ball 2 from Logan Klopfenstein. We'll do this all again coming up on Thursday when Roseburg's on the road at Grants Pass. Strike on the inside corner for Klopfenstein. We'll travel down there, take on the Cavemen in a single game, a 5 o'clock start time Thursday. We'll be back on the radio with you starting at 4:45 here on The Score. Squaring to bunt, pushing it foul first base side for strike 2. Caleb Long with a 2-2 count, looking for his first hit of the game. A couple of pop-up fly ball outs in the 3rd and the 5th for Long. He also walked in the 2nd. Not a lot of hits. This is only the first inning where South Medford's had multiple hits in the inning. But some free passes definitely hurt Roseburg as a foul ball towards Roseburg's dugout down the third base side. Caleb Long will have another look at a pitch from Logan Klopfenstein. Klopp has given up 3 hits, and Tatone gave up 2, so only 5 total. You've got a total of 8 walks in the ball game. As a ball jammed, Long pops it up on the infield. Watson will call for it, rushes in behind the mound, between the mound and second. Watson is there for the catch. That is the first out of the 7th inning. One out, and now we've got a call to the pen. Defensive changes coming. We'll have more for you when we come back. This call to the pen will bring out Jordan White to the mound for Roseburg. Back after this 60-second break on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
The new pitcher for Roseburg.
Get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah!
Be great.
Participate!
Welcome you back for the top of the 7th inning. 2 runners on, 1 out, 1 run in so far. Logan Klopfenstein back to center field. Carson Dunn will move back over to left field, and the DH will come out of the game and head to the mound. Jordan White taking over on the rubber. Logan Klopfenstein, 2 1/3 innings pitched, 3 hits. Right now would be credited with 2 runs, 3 walks, and no strikeouts for him. Garrett Schultz exits the game. He had been in left field defensively and had been DH'd 4, but he will come out of the game as the DH enters. Elijah Havey will stand in 0 for 1 in the game. He's been hit by a pitch and walked. First pitch swinging for the second baseman. He fouls down the left field side for strike 1. Jordan White taking over. White has only pitched minimal. He has got 1 inning of work. No runs allowed. He had 1 walk, no strikeouts, no hits, no runs. He has not factored into a decision yet for Roseburg. 0-2 count now for Elijah Havey. Jordan White, a sophomore right-hander. Runners at first and second with one out. High inside for White. Misses there. 1-2 count. Got a runner at first for Carson Joe. 1-2. Jammed him, but foul again. Stays a 1-2 count. Running at first base is Josh Thomas for Carson Joe, but Joe can re-enter the game, and I would imagine he will. The 1-2 is outside, goes off the glove for Hubbard, and now the runners will break, and both will move up 90 feet. Hubbard thought he had it, and he did not glove the baseball. It's a 2-2 count for Havey out there. Runners at second and third now with one away. The 2-2 is high for ball 3. Roseburg trying to keep it a 5-run deficit. Don't want to make work any harder for them than it's already going to be. And a baseball from the bullpen has gotten away from South Medford. They'll track that down as time called. They bring in the pinch runner for Carson Joe because he is now throwing in the bullpen for South. And trying to own that inside corner. Been a couple of close calls for Jordan White, but this time he'll actually get Elijah Havey. That is the second straight time that Havey has been hit by a pitch. And on the 3-2 offering, White puts the runner on with the hit by pitch. Stumpenhaus will stand in. He got jammed, flares one to short, picked up by Gillespie, goes the only place he really had much of an option, that's first. He'll get the out there. Stumpenhaus will get an RBI on the ground out. 6-3 the put out, 2 down. Was softly hit, so he just had to charge to try and make a play, and Gillespie's only option was to go to first. So Havey gets to second. Stumpenhaus out at first. Up to third went the courtesy runner, or pinch runner, I should say, Josh Thomas to third for Carson Joe. A run in, 6-0 your score in favor of South Medford. 2 away, the first pitch fouled off by Luke Mason. Now this will, unless the score changes in favor of Roseburg, this will end the 3-game winning streak for them, and South Medford would move to a 4-game winning streak and I believe would pass Roseburg in the standings for second place. Strike called against Mason, falls behind 0-2 against Jordan White. Split stance out of his stretch, fires in a swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll wrap up the top of the 7th inning. South Medford able to add 2 more runs to the tally of Logan Klopfenstein, and Roseburg trails 6-0 as we go to the bottom of the 7th on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Bottom of the 7th, as we welcome you back to Champion Car Wash Field. We've got a call to the pin for South Medford as they get ready to face the top of Roseburg's lineup. Sebastian Watson, Logan Klopfenstein, and Austin Takahashi scheduled to face off against Carson Joe, who will take over on the mound for Tanner Douglas.
The new pitcher for South Medford, Carson Joe.
Joe will take over. Right-hander. And Tanner Douglas will make the easy switch over to first base. Tanner Douglas goes 6 innings worked. He allowed 3 hits, no runs. He walked 5, struck out 9, and is in line to pick up his 3rd win of the season. He has improved, obviously, on his 2.06 ERA, allowing no runs through 6 innings here today. Increased his strikeout total from 28 to 37.
Sebastian Watson.
He does lead the team with 17 walks allowed, but not too shabby there for him on his 6 innings of work. Carson Joe will take over. He misses inside, a ball 1 against Sebastian Watson. Seabass leading things off. Fouls it back to the net for strike 1. Sebastian 0 for 3 in the game, grounded out his last 2 times up. Carson Joe has pitched in 4 games. He's made 3 starts, 21 innings worked, 1.67 ERA as he works his breaking ball in for a called strike. He's got a 3-1 record. This is not a save opportunity for him. 31 strikeouts, 11 walks. Watson will foul it off down the third base side to stay alive with the 1-2 count. So, yeah, not a save opportunity here. He won't factor into the decision unless he gives up the lead and comes back to either lose or win in this one. But long way to go for that to happen. 2-2 count for Watson as he takes inside out of his windup. Joe will fire. 2-2 pitch right down the right field line, foul into the corner. And Watson stays alive, making contact. Again, the 2-2 pitch for Joe. Just missing inside, not by much there. I think Joe was expecting strike 3 on that one, did not get the call. Full count pitch. Watson pops it up behind home. Thompson will not be able to get to that one as it lands in the stands. So as it looks at the moment, Roseburg went to Medford and took one from South down there, and now the Panthers returning the favor if the score holds. Full count pitch again for Thompson. He gets the ball up in the air again, back behind home, fouled away. 4 foul ball pitches for Sebastian Watson. He is making Carson Joe work for it out there. Three-2 again. And once again, fouled away. Let's keep it going. Sebastian Watson battling at the plate. Good sign that you like to see out of your leadoff man. Getting a chance to see a lot of pitches here. Hopefully finding a way on base. The 3-2. Softly hit into left field just over the top of Caleb Long. Bobbled a bit out there, but collected quickly for Kyle Cope. Sends it back in. And a leadoff single for Sebastian Watson, his first hit of the game. Gets him on base. As Roseburg tries to rally here in the 7th. They've had 6 runners in scoring position, all of them left on base in this contest. So they've had their chances to be in this game and haven't been able to capitalize. We'll see what the order can do here. First pitch swinging for Klopfenstein is fouled away for strike 1. So Sebastian Watson with a hit. Just the 13th hit of the season that Carson Joe has allowed in 21 innings of work. The 0-1, Klopfenstein will foul it away, and it'll go to an 0-2 count. Roseburg Baseball brought to you by Good Vibration Solutions for home theater and automotive audio. You can feel it at Good Vibes. And by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone's welcome to shop. Bottom of the 7th here, 6-0 lead for South Medford. The 0-2 to Klopfenstein is fouled away on the off-speed pitch. Breaking ball, sat on it as long as he could, and just got enough of it to send it foul down the third base side. Klopfenstein will dig back in. Klopp is 0 for 2 in the game, walked in the 5th inning, and he fouls off another one, goes whizzing by Coach Charles down there, who is talking with Coach Thompson in the third base coach's box. A lot of foul balls here early on for Carson Joe. Got to be a frustrating thing for a pitcher. Not be able to get those strikes across. The 0-2, that time he will. Strike 3. Klopfenstein goes down, swinging at the high heat.
Next batter, number 14.
First strikeout for Carson Joe. 10th strikeout for Roseburg's hitters. 1 away, 1 on. Austin Takahashi will take low for ball 1. Roseburg Baseball on the score, also brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. 1-0 from Joe is high and away. Carson Joe, a junior for the South Medford roster. He was one of the big hitters on the football field during season 2. Hits the inside corner with a low fastball for strike 1 against Takahashi. Austin is 0 for 1 in this game. Struck out looking in the first against Tanner Douglas, then walked twice. Takes outside here for a 3-1 count and on the verge of possibly getting another base on balls. The 3-1 pitch is low for ball 4. First and second for Roseburg. Up to second base goes Watson. Third walk of the game for Takahashi. Dawson Gillespie's had a big day at the plate, going 2 for 2 with a pair of singles and a walk. On a day when the team's getting shut out, that is at least something. First pitch, a breaking ball for Gillespie. High and inside. He leans out of the way as it goes passing by. Single right back by the pitcher in the second. Walked in the 4th, and then a line drive to center field in the 5th for Gillespie today. Takes high for a 2-0 count. Carson Joe trying to not let this game get interesting here in the bottom of the 7th. His team leading 6-0. Gets the outside corner for a strike. Roseburg, meanwhile, trying to break out of this funk that they've had here in this game, leaving 6 runners in scoring position. The 2-1 from Joe. That was a good pitch right there. And fouled away for strike 2 against Dawson Gillespie. That was one that the hitter, I'm thinking, would have liked back. That was not a bad pitch right there. Fastball right about thigh level, inner half, but good pitch. Breaking ball there will get Gillespie. He goes down looking. Yeah, that's definitely one he would have liked back. Goes down looking. First time he struck out tonight for Dawson Gillespie. 2 away. Roseburg down to their final out here in this one. Trailing 6-0. Knox Hubbard will try to get something started. 1 for 2 today for Knox. Takes low for ball 1. Hubbard had a bunt single in the second. Catching the defense out of position. Walked in the 4th. Last at bat, though, struck out swinging against Tanner Douglas, in line to get his his third win of the season for Douglas, if its score will hold. 1-0 right there for a strike. Looked like the changeup hitting the outside edge. 1-1 count. So some things to work on here from Roseburg coming out of this game. Pitch outside for a 2-1 count. And I don't know if maybe the doubleheader on Saturday for Roseburg has anything to do with the performance today, but on Saturday they drew 18 walks total. Just didn't really see a lot to hit. And I don't know if that throws them off a little bit in this game here today. 2-1. Fouled off by Hubbard. 2-2 count, down to their final strike unless they can get a man on. But yeah, I don't know if that games on Saturday against Ashland where they drew 18 walks, if that has affected them. Now, all credit to Tanner Douglas. He very good pitcher out there today. Looked good and kept Roseburg very off balance here this afternoon, this evening. 2-2 with 2 outs and 2 on. Strike 3 got him looking. Hubbard goes down with the breaking ball, and this game goes final. Roseburg will fall 6-0 in today's contest against South Medford. Roseburg unable to push a run across. Final score again, 6-0. That is the first time this season Roseburg has been shut out. We'll come back, break it all down for you in the post-game show. A quick 3-minute break, and we'll be back to wrap this one up here tonight for you. This is Roseburg Baseball on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
General Contractors, formerly known as RE Noah, are the experts in industrial and commercial construction. With over 50 years of combined experience, Renco General Contractors is Douglas County's building leader when it comes to commercial construction. From turnkey construction from the ground up, tenant improvements to seismic upgrades, Renco is an authorized metal building dealer dedicated to providing our community the highest quality structures. They also specialize in steel fabrication and welding. Call Renco today. There's no job that's too big or too small. Build your success with Renco.
At Kern Orthodontics, we stand out because of the smiles and the excitement that we create. A beautiful smile can really make a huge impact in someone's life. Our main goal is we also want you to be able to walk down the street and have your neighbors say, "Hey, where did you get that great smile?" And for you to be able to say, "At Kern Orthodontics."
I am a nurse,
a firefighter,
a college student,
a mother,
and I am an American soldier.
I will always be ready
for every storm
and disaster that threatens my community.
I will always be there to protect my neighbors,
my family,
and my country.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
We are the Army National Guard.
Visit nationalguard.com to learn more about part-time service.
We are Douglas County Farmers Co-op, but we're not just for farmers. We serve all residents of Douglas County because we are Douglas County. Stop by today for everything from a tank of gas to a bite to eat anytime you're hungry. Pick up something for yourself, your home, and those you care for. Celebrating 100 years of service, Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Good people, good products, and good advice.
Buy one, get one free at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube. Buy one signature service oil change at regular price and receive a coupon for a second one free. That's a $43.99 value. The signature service oil change features up to 5 quarts conventional Pennzoil, a new spin-on filter, and a visual inspection of belts, brakes, tires, and wipers, plus fluid top-off and a 90-day top-off guarantee. Buy one signature service oil change with Pennzoil, get one free now at the Roseburg Jiffy Lube, next to Champion Car Wash.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
We welcome you back to Roseburg, Oregon, and to Bill Gray Legion Stadium at Champion Car Wash Field. Tonight, Roseburg falls against South Medford. 6-0, your final score, as we welcome you into our post-game show here tonight. I'm Joey Kieran. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in and watching with us here throughout this evening's broadcast. Stick around. We've got our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game coming up. That's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be. South Medford, 6 runs on 5 hits, 1 error, 8 men left on base. No runs, 4 hits, 1 error for Roseburg, 11 men left on base here today. Getting the win will be Tanner Douglas. So he goes to 3-0 on the season. Dominic Tatone will take the loss. He goes to 3-1 on the year. Tatone pitched 4 innings, gave up just 2 hits, but 3 runs, 5 walks, 2 strikeouts for Tatone as he exited the game after 4 innings of work. Kloffenstein gave up 3 runs on 3 hits. He had 3 walks, 1 hit batter. And Jordan White pitched the final 2/3 of the game for Roseburg. Final 2/3 of an inning for Roseburg. No hits, no runs, no walks, 1 strikeout, 1 hit batter. On the other side, Tanner Douglas gets the win. 6 innings work, gave up 3 hits, no runs, and 5 walks, 9 strikeouts for him. Carson Joe finishes out the game in the final inning. Does not factor into the decision. 1 inning work, gave up 1 hit, no runs, 1 walk, 3 strikeouts. 12 strikeouts total for Roseburg batters. 6 walks issued, but they couldn't take advantage of them as they leave 7 runners in scoring position. Scoring worked out like this. 1 run in the 3rd inning for South Medford. It was a 1-out ground ball out to 3rd base for Carson Joe with the bases loaded that brought in the first run of the game for South. They led 1-0 going to the 4th. They would add 2 more in that one. A pass ball allowing Elijah Havey to score. Actually got a pinch runner in there for Havey at that point in time. That was Gannon Jones coming in to score for Havey. And then a wild pitch scoring Caleb Barney later that inning as well. Those were the 3 runs that Dominic Tatone gave up. In the 5th inning, Logan Kloffenstein on the mound gave up a leadoff walk to Cameron Sewell, who later came around to score on a sac fly by Carson Joe. And then 2 more runs in the 7th for South Medford. It was a single by Carson Joe to drive in his 3rd run of the game. And then Tosh Stumpenhaus would drive in a run, scoring Tanner Douglas in the 7th inning as well to polish off the 6-0 victory for South Medford. Taking a look at the offensive numbers in this one, 5 hits in the game for South Medford. Believe it or not, Bennett Thompson, the guy batting .500 coming into the game, goes 0 for 2. He did draw 2 walks and scored a run. Cameron Sewell, 1 for 2 with a double, 2 runs scored with 2 walks. Tanner Douglas was 1 for 2 with a single, scored a run, had 2 walks. Carson Joe, 3 RBI, was 1 for 3 in the game. And let's see here, Elijah Havey scored a run in there, got on base 4 times, once via an error, twice being hit by a pitch. Tosh Stumpenhaus had a RBI, ground out in the 7th. Luke Mason goes 0 for 4. Caleb Barney was 2 for 3 at the bottom of the lineup. Scored a run in there as well, had a couple of singles. For Roseburg, 4 hits in this ball game. Dawson Gillespie ends up 2 for 3 in the game with 2 singles and a walk. Did strike out looking in the 7th. Sebastian Watson, 1 for 4 in the contest with a single. Knox Hubbard, 1 for 3 in this one. Had a bunt single in the 2nd, walked in the 4th, and then struck out in his 5th inning and 7th inning at-bats. And that's pretty much going to do it for Roseburg's offense. Not a lot going on there. That is a look at how this one played out here tonight. Roseburg falls to South Medford 6-0, your final score. And South Medford will improve to 9-3 on the season. Roseburg goes to 9-4. South will move ahead of Roseburg in the standings here tonight by half a game. And if North Medford was able to win against Eagle Point today, as you would probably expect they would, then you've got South Medford and Roseburg still looking up at North Medford at the top of the standings. Coming up in Roseburg, we'll have Grants Pass on Thursday. All right, it's time now here in the postgame show to name our Mountain Mike's Pizza player of the game for the Roseburg Indians. And tonight I'm going to give that award to Dawson Gillespie. Gillespie, your player of the game, will be receiving a $50 gift certificate to Mountain Mike's Pizza to be able to use there. And thanks again to the sponsorship from Mountain Mike's, naming tonight's Roseburg player of the game. All right, the schedule has South Medford getting ready to take on Eagle Point Grants Pass in their final games of the season. South Medford will have a doubleheader against Grants Pass at Harry and David Field on Saturday, with first pitch of Game 1 starting at noon. Roseburg has 2 games left to go on their schedule, both single games. They'll play against Grants Pass on the road on Thursday, starting at 5 o'clock. We'll have that game for you here on The Score and at 541radio.com. And then Roseburg finishes out the season against North Bend on Saturday, a noon start time for that single game against the Bulldogs there. So Roseburg will wrap it up with a non-leaguer at the end of the season. Then next week is a culminating week event with games tentatively scheduled for Tuesday, as well as Tuesday, Thursday, and then possibly Saturday as well. So that's what we're kind of looking at with the schedule coming up for Roseburg baseball. But, of course, tune in for Thursday's game against Grants Pass right here on The Score. All right, I want to say thank you to South Medford for making the trek here today for today's ball game. Another good one between Roseburg and South. Thanks to Athletic Director Russ Bullen, Head Coach Troy Thompson, the entire Roseburg baseball program for allowing us to bring you another season of Roseburg baseball here on The Score. Want to say thanks to Brenton Cranford back in the studio for the radio production here this evening. And as always, a thanks to you, the fan, for tuning in for tonight's broadcast, because, of course, without you, I'm just a guy sitting here talking to myself. I'm Joey Kieran, folks. We will chat with you coming up on Thursday when Roseburg visits Grants Pass for another exciting contest of Roseburg High School baseball for you right here, streaming live online at 541radio.com and on Douglas County's home for sports, The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.